The second half of 2020, there seemed to only be a few great anime series in the first half, and that's what I'm here to bring you guys today. The top 10 best action anime series in 2020 so far you need to watch or at least give a chance. Alright, without further delay, number 10. GB8. In 2030, people in Japan are turning into different forms of monsters based on their age, sex, and race. The illness is named Gibiya, after being rich in variety like Gibier. A pair of samurai and ninja appear in the blighted wasteland of Japan. They both traveled from the early Edo period, fighting together with the help from a doctor who tries to find a cure for Gibiya. Facing ceaseless attacks from Gibiya and outlaws that attack travelers for food, they start their dangerous journey with enemies all around. Number 9. Aper Ranman. No dream is too big for Aper Serrano, a socially awkward inventor living in a small rural town in Japan in the late 19th century. Fascinated since childhood by the creation of steamships that can connect people across great distances, he's learned to make machines of all kinds from various scientific texts. His goal is to sail across the sea, beyond the sky, and ultimately to the other side of the moon. Unfortunately, through a string of events, Aper finds himself stranded in the middle of the sea in his mini steamship. Floating alongside him is a skilled but cowardly samurai, Kosame Ishiki, who is tasked to keep his eccentric behavior in check. Just when all hope seems lost, a large steamship saves them and takes them to Los Angeles. With no money or plans, they decide to participate in the Trans-America Wild Race, which gives Aper the chance to build his own automobile, and Kosame the opportunity to use the cash to return home. However, against rival racers and unknown challenges residing in the wilderness, just how far will this adventure take Aper and Kosame? Super HX Eros. In a world on the verge of a great disaster that began 5 years ago, heroes who, with the help of the device called HX Eros, use the power of Echi, H, and erotic power, Ero, to save the planet from libido-devouring monsters. Enjo Reto and Hoshino Kirara are childhood friends who have drifted apart from each other. One day they're caught in a battle against a sensor bug that feeds on human sexual energy to evolve. After successfully taking down the enemy, they join a group of heroes just like them, using the erotic power of HX Eros Force to fight off monsters. Number 7. Goblin Slayer, Goblin's Crown, the movie. A quest that takes Goblin Slayer, Priestess, and the others to the northern reaches of the realm to investigate not only the loss of a party of novice adventurers, including a young noblewoman, but also unusual goblin activity. They discover the unthinkable, a goblin with powers previously unattainable by non-prayer people. Can the Goblin Slayer and the rest of the gang defeat the horde of goblins and bring the girl back safe and sound? Number 6. Decadence. Many years have passed since humanity was driven to the brink of extinction by the sudden emergence of unknown life forms called Gadol. Those humans that survive now dwell in a 3,000 meter high mobile fortress, Decadence, built to protect themselves from the Gadol threat. Denizens of Decadence fall into two categories: gears, warriors who fight the Gadol daily, and tankers, those without the skills to fight. One day, Natsume, a tanker who dreams of becoming a gear, meets Surly Kaburagi, an armor repairman of Decadence. This chance meeting between the seemingly two opposites, the girl with a positive attitude who never gives up on her dreams, and the realist who has given up on his, will eventually shake the future course of this world. Number 5. The Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited. Daisuke Kanbei, a man of extraordinary wealth, is assigned to the Modern Crime Prevention Headquarters as a detective. It is there he gets partnered with Haru Kato, a humane detective who values justice above all. The two are polar opposites, and their morals clash time and time again. Haru despises Daisuke for using monetary wealth to solve cases, as he believes that money isn't everything. The two will have to combine their efforts, however, to solve the mysteries that are coming their way. Number 4. Great Pretender. Only bads are our targets. Trick you, deceive you, cheat all fortunes of you. You can hear our stories in LA, Singapore, London, Shanghai, and Tokyo. Why? Our con games stage is the whole world. Edamura Masato is supposedly Japan's greatest swindler. Together with his partner Kudo, they try to trick a Frenchman in Asakusa, but unexpectedly get tricked instead. The Frenchman, whom they tried to swindle, turns out to be Laurent Theory, a much higher level confidence man in control of the mafia. Edamura is yet to find out what fate awaits him after having engaged in Frenchman's dirty jobs. Number 4. The God of High School. Jin Mori has proclaimed himself the strongest high schooler. His life changes when he's invited to participate in God of High School, a tournament to determine the strongest high schooler of all. He's told that if he wins, any wish he makes will be granted. All the participants are powerful contenders who fight their hardest for their own wishes. What awaits them at the end of the tournament? A chaotic battle between unbelievably strong high school students is about to begin. Number 3. Tower of God. Fame, glory, power. Anything in your wildest dreams is possible when you reach the top of the Tower of God. Those lucky enough to be chosen by the tower ascend each floor in hopes of fulfilling their dreams, but to succeed, they must complete dangerous and deadly tests along the way. But there are others who can enter the structure on their own free will. These irregulars are feared by many and are said to leave chaos and change in their wake. 25th Bam is one such irregular who begins to climb the Tower of God in hopes of reuniting with his childhood friend, Rachel. But as he soon discovers, this perilous path will put him in the crosshairs of fierce competitors, untrustworthy rivals, and terrifying monsters, and he might not make it out alive. Number 2. Gleipnir. Shuichi Kagaya is what one would consider an average high school student, but sometimes he turns into a monster. He doesn't know how or why he got his abilities, only that he would prefer no one knows about them. One night he finds a building ablaze with a girl trapped inside. Deciding to save her, he transforms and carries her to safety, but accidentally drops his phone. The next day the girl he saved, Claire Aoki, finds him and confronts him about his monster identity. She even goes as far as to push him off the school roof to prove her theory after Shuichi denies her allegations. Desperate to save himself, he transforms, and Claire snaps a picture in order to blackmail him into telling her everything he knows about monsters, which, ironically, isn't much. As it turns out, Claire has a secret of her own. She's been searching for her sister, who also became a monster. She enlists Shuichi's help to track her down, but they aren't the only ones searching for answers. Number 1. The Misfit of Demon King Academy. Anos Voldegord was a tyrannical demon king that eradicated humans, spirits, and even the gods, but became bored of eternal warfare and reincarnated with dreams of a peaceful world. However, what awaited him in reincarnation after 2,000 years were descendants who became too weak after being accustomed to peace, and all sorts of magic that deteriorated to the extreme. Anos enters Demon King Academy that gathers and educates those who are viewed as the reincarnation of the Demon King, but the Academy could not see through his true powers and ends up branding him as a misfit. Alright everybody, that's it for today's video, and if you would, leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know your favorite 2020 action animes so far on the list down in the comments below. And hey, if you come this far and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? You might as well subscribe and join the Anitube community, as I upload daily anime recommendations for you guys, so you're never bored. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!